Hi guys, thanks for tuning in for the last video in the series. This is the day after DBAW. If you don't know anything about DBAW, you can follow this link at dbaw.org, dbaw.org. It's Don't Buy Anything Week. It is now over. Went an entire week without buying a single thing and survived. Surprise. And I actually have a few friends that did this along with me, including my girlfriend, that we basically went buying nothing. And really, it wasn't that tough, okay? I had a lot of feedback from people that tried it and kind of couldn't make it all the way through. They tried it for 1 or 2 days. They couldn't make it through. Some people that did like a modified version, I thought that was cool too. Like, you know, you could just buy gas. Like, you're very aware of the one purchase you're going to make, and that's cool. And I think that's realistic, you know, like for other people, if you ever want to try doing something like it, you would probably, if you think you're not going to make it, pick the one thing you can allow yourself to buy. Maybe that's a good compromise. I don't know. Next time, maybe gas is okay. Just to include more people, really. But I want to talk about that final day a little bit more because I did a video at the beginning of that final day, but the rest of that day I had a couple of challenges I thought were interesting. I had a couple friends going to the park for a picnic, and they already had food and all that stuff, games and whatnot. So I'm thinking to myself, hell, this is the first time I can actually go out this week because it's the park. Like, I'm not going to spend any money, so it's great. Don't have to buy anything at a park, you know. Well, surprise, surprise. I pull into the park, go through a little driveway of the park to go park inside the park, park my car there. And there's a little booth where you got to pay to park at the park. $5, and so I'm in the little drive-through window, and I realize I can't buy it, so I have to put the car in reverse, back up. Luckily, no severe tire damage at that particular section of the driveway, so I didn't have to buy anything there. And basically went outside the park, parked across the street, and walked over. A little bit of a challenge, just a tiny bit annoying, but not a huge deal. Later that night, concert, same issue. A concert that I had tickets for prior to, and basically went parked across the street at the mall, had my friend pick me up, and we went to the concert. So people have asked me, like, so what's your first purchase after DBAW? And I thought that was a funny question because I didn't really find it interesting myself. I didn't even think about what I would buy the first. It's not like I was starving myself of food and what are you going to eat as soon as you can eat again. I didn't even think about it, and I didn't actually make a purchase right away. Like, I didn't wait till 12:01 to like run into the convenience store to buy like a pack of gum or something, which, by the way, I still have. Couple of these left. Great gum. What I did buy, though, the following day after DBAW, we had a neighborhood yard sale that we'd organized, and everybody kind of got out there. We sold a bunch of stuff. So at the yard sale, I bought something from my neighbor who was selling some childhood stuff that she was getting rid of. And I bought a watch for my niece, and here it is. It is the coolest little Mickey Mouse watch ever. Like genuine leather band and everything. I thought that was super cool, and it's totally retro. And I'm really hoping she's gonna like this. Yeah, bought this thing for $2, and it was my first purchase. So there you go. That your question should be answered now. Anyway, so back to, let's see. Why did I do this is the other question that some of you asked, and I've got everybody that I kind of talked to that I was telling, oh, I'm in DBAW, I can't buy anything, you know, like a retard, like, what are you doing, why are you doing this? And I didn't really have a good answer other than, the reason I did it was I wanted to find out if I could learn anything from the experience, and sure enough, I think I learned a lot from the experience. The highlights of what I learned, is obviously I kind of knew that my buying habits were a little out of control, but what I didn't understand at the time is how I buy so many things that I don't really even consider or think about, but they're not even conscious decisions, okay? They're just things that come along that you pay for, okay? Like the parking at the park, okay? Like like gas, or those types of little things that they're so automatic that you're going to pay for them that you don't think about them anymore. And there's quite a few of those. I would say in the 7 days that I did this, it was about 10 times per day something would come up where I would have to stop and say that I can't do that because I'm doing the don't buy anything week. And so 10 times a day, 7 days, so 70 times that I would say I had to avoid paying for something or buying something that that was a little weird for me. I didn't expect it to come up so often. The other thing was really just leaving the house becomes like completely pointless because there's nowhere you can go that's free. I can't even go to the park, right? So that was a little crazy. I mean, I thought there would be a lot more entertainment. I guess I could have gone over people's homes, but like you just can't go out without having to buy something. So that kind of gives you an idea what people with like severe financial trouble must feel like. Like if they can't afford anything, then they just won't leave the house. And the fact that I'm very just dependent. Apparently not super dependent, like I wouldn't die. In fact, if I were to be challenged, I can promise you, anyone could probably do this for an entire month, okay? But it may be difficult. You might lose your job if you have to drive there. But, you could take public transportation or, you can't buy that either. Yeah, you would have to figure out a way around the whole transportation thing. But other than transportation, I think that anyone could do this for a month. Anything longer than a month would be a crazy stretch. I think it would be probably nearly impossible for people living in the civilized world. Like if you can't plant food for yourself and things like that, like gets seriously extreme. But I think up to a month anybody can do it. And you may not think so, and you certainly can't do it more than a month because your bills are probably in a monthly cycle, and you can't go without paying those for too long. So would I do it again? I've been asked, and the answer is absolutely. I am going to do it again. I'll do it again in about 6 months, and I might, and I'll do another 7 days, just because I thought it was cool. It was therapeutic for me. It was. It's good to be conscious and aware of yourself and and all your habits, right? Your spending habits, your eating habits, your sleeping habits, all those things I think are very good to be very well aware of. And there's no better way of doing it than to just like put like a crazy checkpoint at the point of sale, right? Your checkpoint here is that, oh, never mind, I can't buy this, and it kind of stops you. So I'm very well aware of some of those things now. But thanks for everyone who followed. Thanks for everyone who joined, and congratulations to those who actually finished. I'm impressed that anybody else could do it, because for me, like I said, it was probably easiest because I do work from home mostly. Yeah. Thanks again, and leave comments. I'd like to hear what you think, and hopefully you can join me next time. In the meantime, for updates on the next date, you can always go to dbow.org and see if I put up another date for 6 months from now or so. Anyway, thanks again. Bye.